Okay, recording in progress.
Awesome.
All right, so welcome to Troop 3817.
All right.
Da-da-da-da.
This is
Yeah.
us.
I guess I'll go first since I'm on the left there. My name is Carrie. My daughter that's definitely in the troop is my fourth grader, Isabel. She's been in Girl Scouts since first grade, I think. And our troop did not decide to continue last year. So that's why we're starting a new one. So we're excited. I used to be a teacher. I taught sixth grade and then reading intervention K through 5. I'm from Connecticut and I love Disney.
Awesome.
Cool. I also did reading intervention. That's cool. Yeah, I taught fourth grade the last like normal year kind of, and then I've been teaching at Outschool and tutoring and stuff online ever since. I play the fiddle. I like to do stuff on the computer. And this is Belle's first year as a Girl Scout. We did like a little online camp before. I was a Girl Scout for 10 years. I loved it. But up until recently, my life was a lot more crazier. So we never were able to fit stuff like that in. So really, really excited to finally get her into this. I'm totally into it.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Julie. I just came back from camping, so I love camping. I'm like, what do I read? I'm going to school right now to get my master's in clinical mental health counseling, and I love helping people or trying to help people. I'm trying to do better at it. I love board games, and I work for Lamps Plus, and I'm random, so I wrote I love lamps.
I was wondering about that.
Because I work with lamps, so I thought it would be funny.
Hi, Grace. Welcome. See if she's here.
Hi.
Okay, well then so this is our information right here. And it's going to also be on our website if that's cool with you girls. And then that brings us right to the next slide. Where you get to share, Jenny and Grace, if you'd like to share about whatever. Carrie, this was yours. Let's be yours.
No, it's fine.
So my daughter's name is Peyton. We have done, she has done Girl Scouts for, I think she started in kindergarten. So we've been doing it for just a few years. She's in third grade right now. And she started out just very, very shy. And so we kind of introduced her to Girl Scouts as a way to just open up and, get to know people and get out of her comfort zone a little bit. And it worked really, really well. She did really good. She loves selling cookies. That's her favorite part of the year, of course. And yeah, so we just moved to the Queen Creek area. We're from Sedona. So we don't really know anybody. We're starting fresh. And so I thought, again, this would be a great way to meet some new friends, and we're looking forward to it.
Yay. We're excited that we have you.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Grace, did you want to introduce your fam?
Sorry, what was that? I missed that.
For Miss Grace King, I was just wondering if she wanted to introduce herself and her family.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sorry, I'm picking up my youngest. And so, hi, honey. And so I've been wanting to get my two girls in Girl Scouts for a little bit now. But then COVID happened, and I wanted to, actually do it once everything got started back again, so that they can be in person and meet people. We've been in Arizona for a little shy of 2 years now. And so pretty much right after we moved here, COVID hit. So they haven't really met anybody outside of neighbors or schools. So we thought that it would be really good for them to get out and meet other people.
Yes, welcome. Kate.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so speaking of COVID, that's been a big part of all of our lives. It's upended everybody's lives. So Girl Scouts does have some policies. They do have a health pre-screening, so we can make things as safe as possible and we can keep meeting. So before we meet, they want you to sign a statement or read through the statement and answer these questions. Basically, obviously, don't come to the meeting if you've had any symptoms, fevers, coughs, vomiting. Don't do that. So just say you haven't had a fever in the last 42 hours, been in contact with anyone who's been exposed to COVID and have not traveled outside Arizona in 14 days. And then they are requiring that we wear face coverings, wash hands, use social distancing, we'll be outside as much as possible. And then there's another link here, and I'll make sure this is on the website. And this goes directly to the Girl Scouts health guidelines, which is even more, a lot more information. Do you guys have any questions on any of that?
I'm sorry, clarification. Did you say that if they've traveled outside of Arizona, or if they've traveled outside and they had any symptoms or were exposed to somebody that had COVID?
It just says, I have not traveled outside of Arizona in the past 14 days. And I know that that's complicated for when you do. So I don't know how you guys wanna deal with that or what you think. I mean, I don't know.
I think usually that's always just included just to like take a closer look. You know what I mean? Like just
Sure.
if you've been traveling, like, oh, well, make sure you check your temperature. I don't know. That's
Take,
how,
like extra precaution.
yeah, that's kind of how I interpret it. It's not like if you travel,
And there's
I
different
wouldn't.
kinds of traveling. I mean, did you drive to the beach or did you get on an airplane and in a crowded airport? Like, I don't know. I guess there's a difference.
Yeah, but I don't think, I don't know. That's a really
So-
weird.
So I will ask, we're leaving to Florida this Saturday. So we will be traveling on a plane and we'll be gone for a week and then coming home. So does that mean that we can't, I mean, I don't know when you guys were planning on starting meetings, but do I need to like keep her home for those couple weeks or like, how intense is this rule?
I think we definitely have, I'm looking at the guidelines right now, like reading through them. So
I mean, I totally understand. I'm not like a complainer, or, one to be upset or anything. If we need to miss a couple of meetings, that's totally understandable, but just thought I'd clarify.
I'm so sorry, guys. As soon as I asked the question, my phone cut out.
oh, no,
So I
Oh,
missed
no.
anything that you guys said. If it was response to what I asked, I'm so sorry.
we gave no answers. We just have more questions. So I think,
Oh, okay, cool.
I think maybe it might make sense for everyone to vote on that. It says that, I mean, we do have some say in that, basically.
Yeah, and maybe we can, after this meeting, the leaders, we can kind of see like if there's any further clarification on that, because I don't know, just that, I mean, I've been with my kids.
If you recently traveled, refer to the CDC's after travel guidelines related to your vaccination status to determine whether and when you can safely attend an in-person event.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
No kids have been vaccinated that young.
that's in the Girl Scout health guidelines there, and then it has a link to the CDC website with more information on that. And then maybe we can just give families that information and then
Sure.
and see what you want to do.
we get off, we can put a poll in the Facebook too. And like, because we honestly, we want to keep everybody's concerns. Like,
Right. We want everyone.
so we kind of will gauge how everybody feels and
Sure.
we'll address it too in that way.
Okay. Okay, this part's way more fun. Really.
Ooh.
What?
No, my daughter is
Oh,
Girl Scout promise. This is a good thing to have printed out if you like it, if you would like for your girls to memorize it. It's something we're going to go over every single meeting at, I believe it's the beginning and at the end of the meeting. So you want to do it with me? Yeah. Okay, ready? Let's go. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. So what I like about this too is Girl Scouts is all inclusive. If you or your girls are not comfortable saying God, you can fill it in with something else. But it is an all-inclusive group. You are not required to say God, and you can fill it in with your own spiritual beliefs. But we do use that word, and we are Christian based, right? That's what I'm doing.
yeah, I was a Girl Scout for 10 years and I don't remember it being Christian based.
Do you just mean how it was founded, maybe?
It was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the Girl Scout law is what they follow. And I know that when my daughter joined, I really liked that they go over different parts of this, and we will as we go through the lessons and earning badges. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, and responsible for what I say and do. And to respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout.
Awesome. Okay, so these are the meeting dates and locations that we have tentatively put together so we can kind of make plans. We're gonna be alternating between mine and Julie's house for the most part. Carrie might have some sprinkled in there if she wants to grab a few. And then these are our addresses. Actually, I could walk to Julie's house in about 5 minutes, right down the street from me. And then whenever possible, we'll hold the meetings outside in the backyard. I do have a pool, but my pool is fenced so I can lock that up so no one drowns. And then if we make plans as a troop to do something, then obviously it could, it could change things a little bit. Because we really want the parents and the girls to have a big part of planning the year out with us. Do you guys have questions about the meeting times or places?
Nope, I don't think so. Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll just add that it's Mondays, and then I think we just tried to skip around major holidays or breaks and things like that. So sometimes it's not going to be exactly every other Monday.
Yeah, there's like a bunch in February because of cookies and things like that, but okay.
Is everybody like in the same area in Queen Creek, all of these locations?
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of these locations, like I said, I could walk to her house. She's right down the street from me. So
Okay.
We're really, really close. But I don't know where you are in relation to that, Carrie.
So you guys are Sossaman and Ocotillo, right?
Yeah, we're right by Mansell Carter Park.
And then my house, if we've ever did it, is right. It's the next mile down, Hawes and Ocotillo. So I think we're like less than a mile apart.
And then honestly, when it's really nice out, I think sometimes we'll even just do a Mansell Carter Park meeting So we'll send out a blast beforehand and have signs on the doors of the houses if it's at the park, and text everybody so if there are any changes. But it's really nice out, and that park is pretty big and has big grass areas. So it might be nice to even just get outside and just get all our wiggles out and do all that fun stuff outside.
I like that idea a lot.
Sounds good.
Okay, Carrie.
Okay, so we have a mix of brownies and juniors, and I don't know, this is my first time leading, so something that as a parent I didn't really understand so much was the difference between just earning badges and journeys. Some of you might already know this, but there's certain like basic badges that the girls usually work towards, and then there are also journeys where they basically go through like a structured bunch of lessons that earn usually about 3 badges in a certain area. So linked on this slide, and this whole meeting we'll have available for you guys afterwards via email, via the, is it called a Google page, Jacqueline?
The Google slide, that the presentation,
No, the page that you made.
the website. Yeah. I mean, like a little website where these slides will be available on. I'll make sure they're all on there so you guys.
Okay.
can see it.
So there'll be in the Facebook group, email, and a Google website so that you can always find any of this. But if you click on either one of these links, the brownie badges and the junior badges, and if you have time before the first meeting and you want to, with your girls, yeah, you can go through and they can see, once we get the girls all together, we're gonna kind of learn about each other and see what they're most interested in so that we can do some of these journeys together. And the nice thing is that the brownies and the juniors, they kind of align. So if we have a lot of kids that are interested in art, brownies might be working on drawing and juniors are working on painting, but they kind of all flow together. But there's anything from, like automotive and technology to STEM to math, outdoors, life skills. As you're displaying them all for me, thank you.
You're welcome.
So depending on what all of the girls are interested in, once we get to know them, we'll kind of figure out what different journeys we can do. And then through your Girl Scout portal that you signed up in, you can also search for other events in the area if your child wants to do things on their own. Like if there's always different events where they can earn badges on their own. And there's a lot of things in the local area. So we all belong to the Santan Skies service unit. And even I just found out, and I'll post this in the Facebook group, but they're hosting like a little Halloween, what is it called? Pinewood Derby, where your girl can sign up and you do it at home with them, but like build and paint a car. My husband was really excited to hear about that. And then they have like a little festival where some of the troops put together like games and carnival things to do. So, as we get going and we learn about those kind of things, we'll also post those in all the different locations so that we can learn about that. And then cookie season runs from around the middle of January to the end of February, I think. So if you haven't done that before, it's a lot of fun, but it is, a little busy. So we did throw in that extra meeting so we can make sure that we're collecting money, giving out cookies and doing things like that. But besides our meetings, I'll have to see if I think, we try to sign up to have booths at different locations and the girls can all take turns. But cookie season is really how the Girl Scout troop earns their troop funds. So that'll kind of go into the next part on dues, which I guess I'll just keep talking. So there's, if you haven't done it before, the uniform is kind of the big startup cost. I think I just got everything my daughter needs and it was like around or a little under $50. So you have to get, like the uniform piece and that'll be coming up too. And the require badges. And then from there, we kind of have to decide once we do cookie season, we'll earn money for our troop. And then that money would pay for us to do activities, earn badges. But until cookie season, we have to decide as a group of parents what we want to do. So do we want to have like a small amount of dues at the beginning, or like a small monthly amount at the beginning, or do we want to just pay as we go for badges? So yeah.
So that might be something that we have parents vote on along with that other thing you were talking about earlier, so you guys can decide together. We were hoping to vote today, but I don't think it'd be quite fair.
Yeah, do we have most people in the Facebook group?
I think maybe one parent is not in.
Okay. Because we'll just see. I mean, I'm sure we can reach out and, you know, just make sure everyone's included. But I figured, I don't know what you guys think, but since the uniform was such an upfront cost, I figured we just take care of that first, and then maybe think about doing a small amount just to cover, you know, like the small activities that we do and any badges that they earn until cookie season.
Sorry, I have something going on. Okay, my daughter's blood sugar just dropped. She's
Do you need to go?
okay. So where
Supplies.
to go? Supplies. Sorry.
Okay. Is anybody going to need a new uniform?
My daughters do.
We need one.
Okay. A new uniform. So I have it listed here on our council shop. At the bottom of this slide, you can see it says click here to see location and hours. We have a council shop that's near South Mountain. And that's where they have all of the vests and handbooks and things like that. I'm actually out of town right now in California, so I had to go to another council shop. But basically the uniform consists of either a vest or a sash. So this is like, my daughter is a junior. If you have a brownie, then theirs will be brown. But this is like the junior vest. They can get either a vest or a sash. I will say that our last troop leader just shared with us beforehand that sometimes with the sash, it tends to like fall off the shoulder and you can't fit as many badges. But it's totally personal decision, you know, whatever you and your child decide you want is totally fine. It doesn't matter to us. And so then underneath that, I have listed all of the different things that they'll need. So they just look different if they're a brownie or a junior. But if you go into the shop personally, whoever's there will help you pick everything out. But we also have an order form. If you would like us to get the uniform for you and just have it ready for them at the meeting, you could just fill out the order form that's linked on there, and then we'll give you like a final total and do the pickup for you, since we're already going to have to be going to the shop. So I know it's kind of out of the way.
I think I asked this, but do you know the sales tax rate there? So I can.
I don't, because I did it in California. So I don't know.
Okay, so maybe I'll just call them.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my to-do list. Okay.
And so I put in there too, this is the handbook, which is, I put recommended because it kind of just walks them through, you know, everything about being a Girl Scout and different things they can do and what the parts of their uniform mean. So that's kind of neat. But when I was at the shop, the lady that was working there said that these were really cool, and I thought so as well. They also have a memory book. So this is a brownie one. I have a junior one here too. But the cool thing about these is it's kind of a nice way. It's almost like a miniature journal for them. And so they can read about all the different badges that they could earn. And then they can keep track as they go throughout the year and years, you know, like, oh, I earned this badge. Here's what I did and all that kind of stuff. So this was kind of neat because it could help them learn about more things that they wanted to do and kind of keep track along the way of what they have done. So I think that's everything for
Awesome.
slides.
Good job.
And I'll stop talking.
Anyone have any questions about any of that?
Nope, not me.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just move on to snacks. So we would like to have healthy snacks at every meeting. And there is a link on webpage and right here to just a what is this? A sign up genius. So everybody can just sign up. And if you would like to write down what you're bringing, that will keep us from having the same thing twice in a row. Not that it matters, but we just ask that if you can sign up for 2 meetings, that would be fantastic. And then to bring a water bottle, no sugary drinks, please, because those are messy. And then everybody will be on the sugar high. And also, I would say no homemade snacks if possible. I know with my daughter, I have to dose her for her carbs, so I need a carb count. If it's a fruit, I can look it up really easily. Or like a plant, I can look it up. But if it's like homemade Rice Krispie treats, I won't be able to. It's complicated. Does anybody, and then we want to ask like if anybody has allergies at all, or anybody have allergies?
Nope,
No allergies on my end.
No.
none here.
And if anybody does that's watching the recorded meeting later too, I think that'll go on the health information form too, and we can
Right.
like we're happy to adapt and make it all inclusive. So we'll figure out a way to make it work.
Yeah.
No matter what. And
Wanted to ask if you guys have any animal allergies, so you can put that in the quotes too, because I've got a plethora of animals. So I just want to make sure nobody is allergic to animals. The animals will be put away so that nobody is afraid of them, but they do live here. So there could be an allergy reaction to an animal. There is allergic reactions to animals.
Good to know.
Yeah. So far my daughter is the only high maintenance one, but I think there'll be others. We'll see. Okay. And then we'll get a solid number of snacks, and I'll put that on the Sign Up Genius too before our first meeting, so we know how many snacks to bring. And then Julie, I think this one is yours.
I'm like, I know nothing. The volunteer to girl ratio. If you are interested in being a volunteer, there's a link at the bottom that says please fill out the For Her Promise form to sign up for volunteer opportunities. We would love any parent that wants to be a volunteer. That means you can help out at meetings, you can help out if we go to camp, and it kind of gets you under Girl Scouts insurance plan. So if anything were to happen, you're covered by Girl Scout insurance. You do need to sign up. You do need to have a background check if you want to be a volunteer. And the volunteers you can be is like the people who coordinate the snack calendar, or the person who coordinates the finances, and you can volunteer to be a treasurer. There can be a volunteer to be like the cookie parent, and they handle all cookie information. For our ratio, since we're brownies and Girl Scout juniors, depending on how many volunteers we have, it depends on how many girls can be at the event, and the numbers is listed on here. So if you have just the 2 unrelated volunteers, which we've already got covered between the 3 of us, we can have 25 of each, and each additional volunteer can get an additional 10 to 12 girls. I don't know that we want our troop to be very large, so I don't think we'll be going into that territory at all. But that is just kind of some information on there. So we would love it if you would consider being a volunteer. We'd love to have you. The more, the merrier. It can be men, it can be women, it can be older girls too that have gone through the Girl Scout, or if you have an older daughter, they can do it as well. So consider it.
Jenny or Grace, do you know that if there's something you guys specifically are really interested in volunteering for, is there anything like you had in mind? If not, that's okay too. I just wanted to find out.
Nope, not, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because
No,
we
I-
do need to open a bank account soon, so if you, either of you wanted to do the finances, I wanted to ask.
I can do the finances. I've actually done that for other organizations, so I can do that.
Oh, thank
Yes,
you.
I love it.
Awesome,
Jenny, you want to take on all cookies, right?
right.
Okay, and then aside from that, for her promising, you still need to also register to volunteer on the website. And this is a link. If you click on volunteer for the campsite, this is a link that kind of goes more into that. You just click join us and that will get you official. The other one was more like telling you all the different things you could do and then gauging your interest. As far as connecting, I know we're doing this online, so the girls haven't met each other yet and we're all new. So I did create a Flipgrid little thing. Let me see here. I'll show you. So right now it's just like an introduction. So if your daughter wants to come on here, so far, well, my daughter did her video, kind of introducing herself. And then if you want, your daughter can actually make a video to reply to her or make a new video to introduce herself. So when you go on here, there's a way to respond so they can all kind of say hello and interact a little bit and get to know each other before our first meeting. And then there's some really cool free events I put here, another way to connect. A lot of them are online, I believe, and they're free. Did I say that? They're free. And then social media, I think you guys are all on our Facebook page, but if you're watching the recorded version and you're not on our Facebook page, the link is here in our website as well. Oh, and then there's some other thing going on October 9th. And if you click on that banner, it'll take you to this other thing that's happening. International Day of the Girl with Legos, and it's free also. So any questions about any of that stuff in this slide?
Very cool, very impressive. I like the Flipgrid, that's awesome.
Jacqueline's our tech master.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I love all that stuff. I like teaching online more than in the classroom, I'll admit it. All right, Julie.
Okay, so for trips, as on the top, all participating trips must be approved registered members. But like if you are interested in going to overnight camps or days, you do have to be approved and a registered member. That's where we're talking about that background, just because we want to make sure our girls stay safe. Again, it can be dads or moms, older sisters, anybody can do it. So how they like to do it, everything we're going to do is pretty much girl led. And we want the girls to decide what they're doing as a group and kind of earn their way there. How we start off is they want us to prepare them because we don't want to instantly be like, all right, we're going on an overnight, because each girl is going to be at a different level of preparedness or comfort level. So each one is like a little stepping stone to get us to the higher one. So our first step will be like a little local trip where instead of, like I said, going to the park, instead of it being at the house, we go to the park for the meeting for that day and we explore our community. So that would be a little local park. We can do firehouses, we can do the Queen Creek Botanical Garden, something like that for during the day. Day trips are if we wanted to plan something bigger and we do a big hike somewhere, we explore a nearby city. Overnights are pretty cool. We the South Mountain Camp we can do an overnight at. We used to be able to go to the zoo and do an overnight. One's on hold right now due to COVID, but hopefully one day that will be open again or something similar, and we can do that again. And then regional trips are bigger ones. camps. The girls love the camps. I know Carrie's done it with me. I don't know if Jenny or girls did camps, but the girls love the overnight camps. I love how it teaches responsibility. The camps typically go, there's just nothing there except for cots, and you have to bring your sleeping bag and your pillows and all the cleaning supplies. And we have to leave it better than we got there, which I really liked about it. The girls did so many fun things, and then when they left for the day, we make it better than when we got there. So they cleaned up their own cabins, they wiped up their beds, they cleaned the bathroom, and it was just really cool watching them work together and do this for the next group of girls that come through. Regional trips are as they get older. I don't know if our juniors will do it this year, if they might do it next year, but that's like if we earn, like I've seen other trips, if you earn so much money that they're able to go to Washington, DC, or I just saw a troop take their troop to Hawaii. That was from here because they earn so much money doing Girl Scout cookies. So definitely something to look into and consider if there's a comfort level that's there, and doing some things with our girls because they've earned it or they've worked really hard for it.
Any questions about that?
Nope. Awesome.
Okay. And then forms.
Everybody's favorite part.
Yeah, so these are going to be on the website. This top one, general permission, everybody needs to fill out. And you can fill it out and then bring it to the first meeting, sign it. Adult health history, internet safety pledge, and then the Girl Scout shop order form will be updated here as well. So if you want to order something, just make sure to bring your order form and some form of payment with you to our first meeting, and then we'll go from there with that. And I think hopefully we should have some sort of, Grace, correct me if I'm wrong, but we should have some sort of a way to pay using a credit card. I know that Girl Scouts has a specific thing that they use, and I forgot the name of it because I've never heard of it before, but a specific card reader that they prefer. So we can look into that too.
It's called Clover, I believe.
Mhm.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think from what I remember reading in the video, the bank account will provide us with checks and I believe a debit card for each person who is like a registered on the account.
Everything you've seen today is posted on this website, tinyurl.com/troop3817. So if you are watching this recording, you can type that in. We will also have a link to this website on our Facebook group. If you click on this, it'll take you to our very simple homepage. I would love for the girls to help spruce the website up too and really be a part of making it their own a little bit more. This part actually that says volunteer, I moved the volunteer is actually in the connect section. This is going to be where the money goes. Our financials need to be really transparent. So anybody should be able to log in and see how much we have, what we're spending on what. And they had recommended like maybe a shared Google sheet. So that's probably going to go here. But here you can get to our information, which is basically the slide you saw before. So really, if you've watched this, you're not really going to see anything new on the on the website, but it's all going to be here accessible to you. One thing we didn't mention was fall product. We're kind of in the middle of fall product, the way the year's starting and the way our first meeting is it's kind of at the end of fall product. If anybody is interested in doing just online sales, so that way we can earn something, let me know. Jenny, Grace, any interest there at all?
I'm sorry, you're saying online sales for, what are we selling?
For the fall product, which is like magazines and nuts and dried fruit and right?
Yeah, chocolates, candies, stuff like that.
I think the shipping might be quite a bit for if you're just doing online, but if they wanted to focus on magazine sales for holiday gifts, that can get us started with something at least, but it's up to you guys if that's something we want to try to do. I would like for every girl to go on there and at least make an avatar, because I heard you could get a really cool picture of everybody with the avatar that they made
Oh, cute.
of the whole troop together. I thought that was really cute, but
That is cute.
it's a lot, and it's really going to be over pretty much by the time we start our first meeting. So if anybody's feeling motivated to do some fundraising online via social media, I'll make that information available as soon as I have it as well, and that'll be on that link. So
Okay.
post it in the Facebook website. Yes, you can say hi. This is Belle. She really wants to say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Belle.
Or where's I? Okay, so and then this is the QR code for our website in case you want it for some reason. And then questions or ideas, any feedback, anything at all?
I had a couple questions, and I'm sorry for my wild kids in the background. Regarding the meetings, I know you guys were saying that you're going to try to have meetings at parks. I have 2 younger sons that, because of my husband's work schedule, I would have to have them with me. And so I'm just wanting to know if, when they're not at parks, is there going to be a park close enough that I could take them to while the meeting's going on? Or do I have to be in the meeting with the girls? And so if so, I need to kind of rearrange and try to figure out who could watch them while I'm in the meeting.
That's a fantastic question. So if you are going to be volunteering and staying at the meeting, we ask that you are actively involved with what the girls are doing. And so if you have to watch your sons, and yeah, drop off your daughter and take your sons. So yeah, you don't have to worry about staying at the meeting if you have to do other things. Right, Carrie, Julie? That's what I listed.
Yeah, and I think Julie, both of your houses are very close to that Mansell Carter Park too. So there's definitely options nearby to get out and do stuff if you have other kids with you, but it's totally fine to just, I mean, last season, I literally just dropped off my daughter every time because I didn't know, what I could or couldn't do. And I had another kid at home. And then she started asking if I could come. So then some of the days I found, like someone else to stay with her sister. So it's up to you. We would love to have you anytime. But yeah, there are parks nearby, and they did say, even for us as troop leaders, that they want to make sure that our focus is just on the girls in the troop. So yeah.
And there's a library right by us too, not too far down the street.
Yeah, the park is very close. I have a backyard where the kids can play too. I also have a playroom if you wanted to put them in the playroom, which is a couple rooms over from where we'll be having meetings. I'm just remembering, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but like parents would bring their little kids sometimes and they would just play in the playroom while the girls were having their meeting. So we're not like gonna kick you out.
Yeah.
I will take you. My fiance would not be okay.
So say it by your each time. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to be in a meeting, what you can do. I have a pool, but my pool is also fenced in. They're welcome to play outside. And if it's a park day, you're welcome to just bring them to the park and you guys can go play at the park and we'll do our meeting.
Okay, thank you guys. Ouch. Thank you.
Did you have another question too, Grace?
If in case I feel like I need to rewatch this, because I'm sure you guys have already said all of this when my phone was out, but how long are the meetings, and is there a particular amount of meetings that they're able to miss? Because I did see that there were some meetings scheduled during their breaks, like from school, and so if we were going out of town I just wanted to know, is there a limit on how many that they can miss?
So there's no limit on how many they can miss. And they're from 4:30 to 5:45, so an hour and 15 minutes. And if you need to miss, just let us know ahead of time. Maybe just don't sign up for snacks on those. Obviously, I don't think you would. And just let us know that you'll be out of town so we can let whoever the snack person is know so they don't bring too many snacks or something.
And I'll also add to that we're more than happy to make sure that your daughters don't miss anything. So like, because a lot of the meetings at the meeting, they do what's required to earn the badge. So, if it's literally no big deal if your girls have to miss meetings. I know we have a really crazy hectic schedule and sometimes we're gone for weeks at a time. So we will make sure that whatever the activity was that they needed to do to earn that badge, that we'll have it available for them to do in their own time to make up for it so that they're still on track with the rest of the girls to earn badges.
Okay, thank you. And then last question, because both of my girls are in different groups, is there ever going to be where one group does one thing and another part of the group does something else because of the ages, or pretty much the whole group does everything together? If that makes sense what I'm asking.
So,
Terry, you know that better.
so yeah, because we have brownies and juniors, they're not actually going to be working on the same exact badges, but they could be working on similar subjects, but just at different progressions. So we definitely will be splitting them up into brownies and juniors, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
When we're working on those badges and everything, or journeys.
Yeah, so like, for example, with the cooking badge they're trying to earn, the juniors would be doing make a meal, and the brownies would be doing make a snack. So they have it based on progression and how far along the girls are. But they're both basically making something. It just depends on the different task. But they'll both be doing the same not exact thing, but similar things, different progression.
And I'll also say too, that we have a nice kind of even split right now. So it's like kind of half brownies, half juniors. So if you have a younger child, they're not going to be the only brownie.
Okay, just more wanted to make sure like the brownies aren't going to decide to go over to, the park one day and then the other girls are going to go over somewhere else and they'd be at two different locations on the same day, I guess.
Yeah, we'll keep them together.
We wouldn't do that to you. We're like, you have your boys and now we're going to do this meeting here. We won't do that, I promise.
Okay, so I think that's it then. If you guys don't have any other questions, thank you. Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing everybody else's comments that join us later.
Yeah.
I will make sure it's posted in multiple places, and then I just look forward to meeting everybody and their girls in person.
Me too.